welcome back here to Staten Island. We have the Dolphins playing the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans. Great day for baseball, doubleheader here, and we have Christian Rice about to go the first pitch here. It's been a phenomenal last couple outings for Rice. Back-to-back quality starts, 6 innings, 2 runs, and we're going to have an interesting first at-bat here from the catcher, C.J. Cumbo, coming up in just a moment. It's been a solid start to the year for C.J. Cumbo, batting .275 with 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, and a .431 on-base percentage. This matchup featuring a couple 11-win teams in the East Coast Conference is about to get underway. And here we go. Cumbo is about to step into the batter's box. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 to Cumbo. Ball 1, 1-1 count here. Christian Rice just looks like he's in a different dimension these last couple weeks, and this is going to be a tough test for him with the Spartans on deck here. That one gets away. 2-1. We're out to a 3-1 count here for Christian Rice. And that ball's laced out to center field. That's going to be over the head of the center fielder. Cumbo digging for 2, and he's going to be in there with a leadoff double. Boy, I tell you, that's a great piece of hitting to lead off the day for Cumbo. That was scorched over the center fielder's head. Here we go with Scamardella. Got a duck on the pond early in this ball game. Let's see if Scamardella can get Cumbo in from second base here. Got Rice already working from the stretch. First pitch is low for ball 1. And that's fouled away. Go with the 1-1 count. Rice getting ready to deliver. Ooh, and that hit Scamardella right on the hand. He's going to take first base, but on a cold day like this, that's got to hurt.
Next batter, the left fielder, number 51, Sean Lynch.
As Lynch steps into the plate, man on first and second, nobody out. And on a cold day like this, all these paddings that these guys wear nowadays, hopefully that Just makes it a little bit easier to absorb some contact like that when you're facing a college athlete, college pitcher with a fastball that's in the 90s. Definitely don't want to be getting hit on a day like this. And it's ball one to Lynch. Rice quickly behind 1-0. And that's out of play. A 1-1 count here for Lynch. 3-hole hitter. Tell you what, though, Lynch is having a pretty good start to the year. Batting .337, 382 OBP, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs. This is definitely a dangerous hitter you don't want to make a mistake to. And that's another hit by pitch. Rice hits a second batter in a row, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Decrease coming to the plate. This is not exactly the start that College of Staten Island had in mind, but let's see if they can get out of this with limited damage here. Tell you what, though, Rice has got to start finding a little bit of control. A day like this where it's chilly weather, it's hard to grip the baseball, and you wonder how much this wind and this cold weather is really affecting him thus far. Fouled straight back. Tell you what, though, Decrease was right on that. Just missed it, but it's an 0-1 count. That ball's lifted to second base. Ranging back to make the play. Runner will tag. And the play is, that's a scored run for St. Thomas Aquinas. Sac fly to shallow right field. That's a lot of guts to make a tag up like that, but the risk is worth it as St. Thomas Aquinas is rewarded with the first run of this game. Now we have Chris Ewing stepping to the plate. A very respectable 284 average, 400 on base percentage, 11 RBIs on the season. Still looking for his first home run. Let's see if he can deliver here. With a man on first and second, only 1 out. And the hit and run's on. Base hit right over second base. The second run will come home. St. Thomas in business early, man on first and third. 1 out. 2 runs are now in. This is a great start for the Spartans. Aggressive, hunting fastballs early, getting on base, staying ahead in the count. This is how you do it, folks. Great way to jump out on the road here.
Now back, the first pitcher, number 5, Gregory Pizarro.
Rice has got to make a big pitch here. Could really use a double play to end the inning. Little 6-4-3 action. 2-0 isn't the end of the world, but you don't want to let it spiral much more in this early part of the game. DGR hits one at first. That will result in an out, but the third run will come home. Lynch touches the plate, and now we got a second base. Nobody, 2 outs.
Number 50, Tyler Lee.
Tyler Haight stepped to the plate. Not much action for Haight this year. Only played in 4 games. But we'll see if he can get this runner in. Oh, hello. That's an absolute seed rip to center field, but that will result in an out. That's an absolute atom ball, and the inning is over. College of Staten Island coming up in the bottom of the first as St. Thomas Aquinas jumps out to a 3-0 lead. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Staten Island here as St. Thomas Aquinas has jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead. Let's see what this Dolphins offense has in store in terms of a comeback. This is a loaded Dolphins offense. Not much in the way of power this year, but a lot of steals. And we're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on here at the top of this lineup. And I'm very excited here because we're going to have Kehoe leading off here. See if he can get on base. Start something. Little rally. It's a first strike for Cole Lindquist. Lindquist only making the second start of the year, now his 8th appearance. Working in the way of a 9.61 K through 9 and a sparkling 1.83 ERA and 0.81 whip. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Dolphins. Let's see if we can get this pitch count up early here, folks. It's inside for ball 1. I beg your pardon. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter now. That one's lifted to left field. Left fielder having trouble. That ball's going to fall. Tough play in the sun, digging for 2. Kehoe in with a leadoff double. That's what happens. You put the ball in play, and good things happen. Left fielder lost it in the sun.
Now batting.
That should go in as a leadoff double, and I believe that.
23, Brian Burkhead.
Now we're with Brian Burkhead batting 2. Great opportunity. Almost a mirror start from the top of the first where St. Thomas Aquinas had a leadoff double of their own, and now the Dolphins answer right back. Let's see if they can do some damage here. Lindquist delivers strike 1. Burkhead's hitting a solid 282 this year. 1 home run, 11 RBIs. As that's foul back. 0-2 is the count here. Lindquist delivers. It's a wild pitch. Kehoe takes off for third base. Man on third, nobody out for the Dolphins. We got action here, folks. We got action. One, 2 count. Let's see what Lindquist got. Goes off speed, breaking ball there. See if it goes back to the heater. Sets and deals. That's laced to second base. Does that get down? Foul ball. 1-2 count, Lindquist. Ooh, great take by Burke. Great take. Just inside. Now we're dealing with a 2-2 count here. Just want to put the ball in play. We've seen things happen. Want to get that runner in from third. We got ducks on the pond. Ball's in play. Little floater to second base. And that's out number 1. Day like today, we talked about it. This cold weather, the ball does not travel well on a day like this. As Vigliotti steps to the plate, A.J. Vigliotti, one of the best hitters on the team so far this year, batting .354. 13 RBIs, a .943 OPS, 6 doubles. He sends one deep right center field. And that's going to get down. Extra base for Vigliotti. Bring that run home, and we're down to 3-1 here. What a piece of hitting go Oppo for Vigliotti. That was a barrel.
The center fielder, number 14, Chris Polamini.
Paulamini steps to the plate. Batting .371 on the year, .988 OPS. And let me tell you something. This guy has been ripping on the base paths. A perfect 16 for 16. So, College of Staten Island just wants to get him on here. We got a runner in scoring position, but anytime Paulamini gets on base, he's always a threat to rip a bag or two. As he takes strike one from Lindquist. See if we get another double here. How about bring this one in, make it 3-2? Paulamini takes strike two. It's an 0-2 count here. Back-to-back breaking balls. Let's see if we get Lindquist to stick with it or maybe try to get him to chase. Lindquist sets and deals. Strike three. Ball gets away, but ultimately Paulamini is thrown out. 2 outs here. Man on second. 3-1, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 33, Thomas Martin.
Thomas Martin steps to the plate. Chance to do a little damage here. Batting .266 on the year with a .775 OPS. He has 4 doubles and 2 home runs. Let's see if he can get something in play. Ball inside, 1-0 count here. Lindquist just missed that one. Said it before, I just can't imagine how tough it is to grip a baseball on a day like this. Just constant cold and wind. This is definitely a warm weather sport. Lindquist delivers. I think that was strike one. Can't tell if he went around. It is. Now it's a 1-1 count. Umpire indicates. Good take from Martin. 2-1 count here. Want to be selective. Make him come to you. Got an opportunity to cut this lead even further. Situational hitting so important, especially at the college level. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Martin's taken off for third. Beg your pardon, Vigliotti. So now Martin's got a chance. Runner on third base. Just a little blue pick could cut this to 3-2. Here we go, 3-1 count here. And ball 4. Martin works a walk with 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Now let's see if Weigel could do something.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 9, Vincent Weigel.
Weigel batting .237 on the year, .626 OPS. Still searching for that first home run. I'm sure College of Staten Island wouldn't mind to see him get his first one right here. Weigel swings through first pitch, 0-1 count. Lundqvist just blew the heater right by him. That's low, 1-1 count. Got Martin over on first base, very mild lead. He's building it out a little bit. Weigel swings through strike 2. I think Lindquist is just content to stay with the heater here. He's getting an advantage against a lot of the Staten Island hitters with that fastball. Ooh, just off the plate. Great take for Weigel. Working in a 2-2 count here. Let's see if Weigel could just stay alive. Put something in play, and we're seeing a big hole over there in the second base hole. We got the second baseman shifted very close to the bag. And strike 3, end of the inning. Staten Island plates 1, but they leave a couple ducks on the pond, and Let's see if Rice can get back together in the top of the second inning. We'll be back momentarily. And we're back here, sunny Staten Island, New York. Eventful first inning, 3-1, Thomas Aquinas. Now Rice is looking to get back to work, deals the first pitch. That's high for ball one. Spartans bringing Manette to the plate. That's fouled away. 1-1 count here. Billy Manette batting only 194 this year. So let's see if Rice can make quick work of him as he bends in a slide piece for strike two. That was a good-looking pitch. See if he can execute that more throughout the day. I think he'll be able to run through this Spartan lineup. And strike three. Set him on down. Always great to get the first batter of the inning. And Rice does exactly that.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 21, David Potenza.
Now we got Potenza stepping up to the plate here. Batting only 167 on the year. As we get to the bottom of this Spartan lineup, this is important for Rice to get back on track this inning. Quickly set down these Spartan hitters. There's strike one. Way to start the inning off the right way. Pound the zone. We're out to 0-1 on Potenza so far. Gets the sign, kicks, and deals. Just a bit inside. It's a 1-1 count. That slider didn't miss by much, but caught the inside of the plate a little bit too much. Potenza rolls over on one to short. He's hustling. That's an errant throw. That ball will get away. Potenza's hustle really put the pressure on. Not only did he get first base, but he got second because that ball went into the stands. For all those young fellas out there, young guys and young gals, put the ball in play. Things will happen. Always hustle it out. Potenza is a perfect example there. We're back to the top of the lineup here where C.J. Cumbo steps in. Ripped a base hit over center field his first time up. Came around to score. Ben's ball one in there. This is where Rice needs to shut this down quickly because the top of the lineup did a lot of damage in the first inning, and now we have a little bit of room here. Cumbo fouls it off. It's a 1-1 count. I think Rice needs to go back to working out the outside corner here. He's gotten beat a little bit inside today. Gets the sign. And that's a lazy pickoff engagement just to get right for Combo. Still 1-1 count here. Let's see what Rice has for Combo. Gets the sign, delivers. That ball gets away. Potenza's going to take third on the wild pitch. Not what you want to see. A couple errors. Error, wild pitch. Now Potenza's on third. Infield in here. Potenza's getting a big lead. See if Rice can deliver. Gets Combo to swing through a heater. Two count here. Boy, I tell you, this could be a big out. This would be a big second out if Rice can deliver this one. That's fouled off. Just look at the way Combo stays back. He's always ready to attack. Sitting fastballs. This kid's a walking barrel. Everything he hits, he seems to hit it hard. This is a tough out for the top of the lineup here. It's where Rice needs to really bear down. This 2-2 count. Infield's in. Man on third. 1 out. St. Thomas Aquinas up 3-1. And that's a huge strikeout of Combo. Rice bears down. Sticks with an outside heater off the plate, and he gets Combo chasing.
Number 6, Joseph Scamardella.
Now we've got Scamardella up. Man on third, 2 outs. Rice bends one in for strike 1. I think Scamardella might have been hunting fastball. Caught him by surprise a little bit. Now Rice gets the sign. Kicks. Deals. Foul ball. Quickly 0-2. I'll tell you, this could be a big, big get-out-of-jail-free card if Rice can deliver this one here. Rice gets a sign and delivers. Just a bit up. Count is now 1-2. Rice looks in. Delivers. Ball skips a little bit out towards first base, but is able to be corralled. No damage done there. It's out to 2-2 count. Definitely want to stay with Scamardella. Want to make him earn it. A bit off the plate. Now we're looking at a full count for Scamardella. See if he goes back to a slide piece here on the outside corner. And he strikes him out. That's a huge punch out for Christian Rice as Staten Island avoids jeopardy. And we're back here in the bottom of the second. It's a big strikeout for Christian Rice to keep this at a 3-1 ball game. We got Satura up. So he takes strike one. Looking at a 1-1 count here. And that was a 25-pitch inning for Cole Lindquist. The 1-1. Drops a breaking ball in there for strike two. Very well executed pitch for Lindquist. That ball is just a bit low and outside. So we're looking at a 2-2 count here. Lindquist kicks and deals. Great take by Satura. Taking ball three, very low breaking ball, trying to get him to fish, but Satura was not having any of it. Satura's solid, 273 average this year, looking for his fifth double. Puts one in play, little dribbler to second base. That'll be out number one. It's a big first out for Lindquist. Always helps when you get that first out. Takes a lot of pressure off you as a pitcher.
The right fielder, number 3, Michael Palermo.
Now we got Michael Palermo up here. See if he can get a rally started. Batting .288 this year. The left-hander takes ball one. Palermo swings through strike one. If you look in left field, see that flagpole. Wind's really blowing today. Blowing left to right. See if Palermo could put a charge into one. Palermo takes ball two high. We're looking at a 2-1 count here, folks. It looks like head coach is coming out to argue something. Not quite sure what this is about. There seems to be a discussion right behind home plate. And it looks like everything's in order. Not quite sure what that was about, but play will resume after a very brief delay. Palermo stepping in for a 2-1 count here. See if Lindquist can give him something to hit. And Palermo slaps one just foul. Well, the umpire's probably got the best view out of all of us, but if that was foul, it was not by very much. That looked like it could have been a double down the left field line. But Palermo will come back and we'll do it all again. Now looking at a 2-2 count. Let's see if Lindquist tries to blow him away with a heater or get him to chase with something low and away. And he indeed goes to the slider. That's a big strikeout for Lindquist. Palermo set down. First two outs of the inning. Lindquist quickly working through this bottom of the second.
Number 2, Nico Rodriguez.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Nico Rodriguez. Let's see if he can get on base and flip this lineup. Rodriguez watches ball one go by. Batting .254 on the year. A couple doubles. Just need to get on base to get a rally started. He's got 13 walks on the season as he takes ball two. Situation like this, a walk is just as good as a hit. The 2-0. Strike one. Cole Lindquist just geared up and blew that one right by Rodriguez. Rodriguez, sharp ground ball to third base. Little fumble. Beats it out. Not sure if that one's going to go down as a hit or an error, but he put it in play, hustled down the line, and is on first base as a result. That one is ultimately ruled a fielding error.
Now batting, the catcher, number 8.
DeCrease at third base had a tough time handling that one. Got caught on an awkward hop. But the good news is now for the Dolphins fans, the top of the lineup's back here. Now we got Keogh, who ripped an absolute double bomb in his first AB. See if he's got another one in his bag. Lindquist pates the outside corner for strike one. Pickoff attempt at first base. Nothing doing. Looks like Rodriguez got a somewhat big lead over there. Wonder if they're looking at a little hit and run because that right side of the infield is wide open. Setting up on the outside corner. But Lindquist delivers strike two on the inside corner. Quickly out to an 0-2 count. Lindquist set to deliver. Wow. And strike three. Looked like a little sword from Lindquist. But now, nothing doing for the College of Staten Island. We'll be back in the top of the third when St. Thomas Aquinas gets their third chance at bat. Now we're back in action here.
The left fielder, number 51, Sean Lynch.
Number 3 hitter Lynch. Had a tough time. He steps to the plate. And he hits one foul. Quickly 0-1. Rice did a great job that last inning to get out of trouble. That was a very tough situation, but he was able to bear down and get the last two batters via the strikeout. As Lynch flares one over the second baseman's head, and he's on for a leadoff single. It's a great piece of hitting. Let the ball travel, hands back, and just delivered a little shot right over the second baseman's head. Now we got DeCrease up. He was the one that had a little trouble with that ground ball to third base that Rodriguez hit, but ultimately no damage came to it. And DeCrease takes ball high. Rice could really use ground ball double play here. That one's fouled. One thing here about College of Staten Island, I get a little worried about my parking. I made sure I parked very far back, so I hope Fortune is in my favor for this one. So we're looking at a 1-1 count here. There he goes. Runner goes. And the throw is not in time. Lynch timed that one perfectly. It looked like he was going to have a shot, but the throw was just a bit late, and Lynch is able to get himself into scoring position. That's it. That's the small ball. Get on, get over, and now let's see if the crease can get him in. Nobody out here in the top of the third. 2-1 count. Now it's 3-1. This could be a big first out if Rice can bear down and get to crease. And he cannot. Ball 4 inside. Now we have first and second, nobody out. And much like the first inning,
The shortstop.
this could get out of hand for Staten Island if Christian Rice is not able to corral this command. Now we're back to Ewing. Base hit his first time up. Squaring a bunt, but that ball is way outside, so 1-0. Chris Ewing's average ticked up from that 284 coming into his first at-bat. Squaring a bunt once more. That ball's high, almost hit him. Now we're looking at 2-0. If you're Rice, you want to make sure you get at least one out here. Ewing squares again. That's ball 3. You do not want to walk the guy that's trying to bunt and give you an out. I think you just got to groove one right here. He's probably either going to take it, which he does. 3-1 now. Cannot let Ewing reach base. He squares the bunt. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Top of the third.
Now batting.
And it looks like there will be a mound visit.
5, Gregory DeJaro.
I don't see anybody warming in the pen, so maybe this is just to get a little settling down of Rice. Wonder what you say to Rice in a moment like this. Just a brief conference on the mound. Just throw strikes. Let your defense help you out. Put the ball in play, as you cannot defend a walk. With that Ewing walk, we're going to have DiGiaro come back up. DiGiaro delivered an RBI in his first at-bat. Pitch count's quickly rising for Rice as he's got 47 through 2+ innings. Could really use a ground ball double play. You'll certainly trade a run for 2 outs right here. DiGiaro takes ball 1. Don't want to get in trouble with the command when you have the bases loaded. He delivers. That ball will be out of play. Like I said, I made sure I parked very far away from the field before I came in today. Can't afford any broken windshields, knock wood. We're looking for a 1-1 count here. Rice steps in, delivers, And that ball is sprinkled foul. 1-2 count here. This would be a big out for the first one of the inning. Looked like a fastball that last time up. Wonder if he sticks with the heat. Gets him to chase outside the zone. And he does exactly that, but that just missed. Now we're looking at a 2-2 count. And if I'm looking at it, let's see if he's got the gall to drop in a little slide piece here. Get DiGiaro out in front. Sticks with the heat, and that's just inside. So got to go with your best pitch here. You do not want to walk in a run. There's one thing coaches can't stand. It's walking in a run, and Christian Rice has got to bear down here. Whatever his best pitch is, he's got to grip it and rip it. And that ball's ripped to center field. And a run will score. Both runners move up 90 feet. Trade a run for an out. Now it's a man on second and third, 1 out. St. Thomas Aquinas leads 4-1.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 50, Tyler Haight.
It's a great job by DiGiaro understanding the situation. You don't want to strike out. You want to put the ball in play, something to the outfield to give your runners a chance to tag up, and he did exactly that. Textbook fundamental situational hitting from Gregory DiGiaro. Now we'll see Tyler Haight up. No dice his first time up. Now with the infield in, this is one where a bloop can do a lot of damage and score 2 runs if Haight's able to put this one in play as well. We're looking at a 2-0 count here. Rice's pitch count up to 53. Now there's somebody warming up in the Staten Island bullpen, so you wonder how much leeway Rice has. That's a base hit through the 5-6 hole. Second runner's coming in, and it will score. Tyler Haight delivers a 2-run single to push this lead to 6-1, and things are spiraling for the College of Staten Island early.
Number 45, Billy Manette.
Now we got Billy Manette. Struck out his last appearance. And he pops one right behind our booth. That one is well out of play. Let's see if Rice can get him to ground out here. Little 4-6-3 double play. Stop the bleeding a bit. And that one is ripped to left field. That's going to get down, and that looks like it's extra bases. And it certainly is. Now it's a man on second and third. 1 out. That was a seed to left field.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 21, David Potenza.
We got Michael Santoriello in the pen warming up here, and you just wonder how much more leash Christian Rice has. St. Thomas Aquinas is out to 6-1. With more damage potentially coming. Man on second and third, 1 out. Now, Potenza steps into the plate. He takes ball 1. He reached because of an error for shortstop last time up, and he ended up getting second base because of the throwaway. He pops one up. And Vigliotti will make the play for a huge second out.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 2, CJ Combo.
CJ Combo steps to the plate as the Spartans flip the lineup once more. Top of the third. This is Combo's third time at bat, and it looks like we might be seeing a pitching change here as Christian Rice's day appears to be done. And here comes the lefty, Santuriello. That'll be all for Rice, and hopefully Santuriello can stop the bleeding.
Coming in to pitch for the Dolphins, number 4, Michael Santuriello.
Got to get his warm-up tosses in, but Santuriello only pitched 8 2/3 so far. Just needs to deliver one out here. And we'll be right back momentarily. CJ Combo ready to step in here for his third at-bat of the day. Currently 1 for 2 with a run scored and a strikeout. And with men on second and third, let's see if Combo could come up with some clutch situational hitting to push us out to an 8-1 lead. Santarello deals ball 1 that is high and outside. The lefty looks in for the sign. He gets it, and he delivers. That is ball 2. I've mentioned it several times today. Just really wonder what this cold weather does to a pitcher. It's very difficult to grip the ball, feel your hands. Definitely advantage hitters today. As Santarello looks in on the 2-0, and he delivers strike 1. Hand-tied Combo there. This could be a huge out. Stop the bleeding. But Santarello delivers ball 3. Now we're out to a 3-1 count. And you got to be careful because you got Scamardello right on deck if Combo's able to reach. And you just don't want St. Thomas Aquinas to do any more damage in this inning. It's already 6-1. That's lifted to center field. And the play is made. Satura puts out the final third out for this inning. And we'll be back in the bottom of the third when the Dolphins get their turn to bat.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 23, Brian Burkhead.
And we're back in action here in Staten Island, New York, as the Dolphins are down 6-1 in the bottom of the third, and we still have Cole Lindquist in for St. Thomas Aquinas as Burkhead steps into the plate, and he takes ball one. Lindquist really had a big inning in that second inning to get that pitch count down. After a 25-pitch first inning, his total is now sitting at 44 for the afternoon. As Burkhead takes ball two. Now we have ball three. Could be a good opportunity for College of Staten Island to board up some runners and get them in. 3-0 count here. Little leadoff walk, never hurt anybody. And that's what we get. Brian Burkhead. Easy day at the office. 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the third. Now we got the number 3 hitter.
The first baseman, number 44, A.J. Vigliotti.
A.J. Vigliotti steps to the plate. He hammered a double his last time up. Vigliotti takes ball one, and that's 5 straight balls for Cole Lindquist. If you're the Dolphins, this is the time to strike while the command's a little bit shaky. Lindquist was sitting in the dugout for a long time. That's another ball. It's a 2-0 count here. 6 straight balls. If we're in Texas A&M, you know they'd be chanting ball 5, ball 6, so on until the pitcher threw a strike. And Lindquist resets the order. Strike one with a bender. Now a 2-1 count to A.J. Vigliotti. Vigliotti takes strike two. Outside slider, seems to be a little bit upset with that call, but if we're looking at Vigliotti this year, the kid has been absolutely mashing. 354 average, 6 doubles. So he fouls that one off to stay alive. This is a kid that could put the barrel on the ball, and that can travel in a hurry. I don't think the Dolphins would mind that very much. Seeing Burkhead a short lead over at first. Vigliotti, great take. Takes a bender that just misses. I don't know how he laid off that one. Now we got a full count here. This is a high leverage pitch. This could be a big swing for this inning. Lindquist steps in and deals. Great walk by Vigliotti. Back-to-back walks to open up the bottom of the third. Men on first and second, nobody out.
The center fielder, number 14, Chris Polamini.
Chris Polamini steps to the plate. Struck out his last time up, but I'm sure he wants to exact a little revenge on his nemesis, Cole Lindquist. And again, with this shift, the second baseman is playing almost parallel to second base. There's a wide open hole, and as Lindquist calls for time, a little conference between him and his catcher. Wondering how they're going to approach Polamini here. The center fielder for the Dolphins currently batting .371 on the year, tearing the cover off the ball, leading the team with 3 home runs as well. And if you want to incite a rally, this is the guy to do it. As Polamini takes a strike. Lindquist looking a little bit more to the bender for the second time around through this order. He was leaning fastball heavy for the first time through the order, but now he's kind of gravitating a little bit more towards the off speed. Strike two now as Polamini fouls that one off, facing an 0-2 count. And If you're Palomini, you got to put the ball in play here. That right side of the infield is wide open. Anything through. And we're looking at Burkhead scoring from second base. The 0-2 count is a foul ball. Good AB from Palomini to stay alive here. You want to make Lindquist work as hard as he can in this high leverage inning. Man out first and second. Nobody out. Chris Palomini to the plate with an 0-2 count. Let's see what he does in his second at bat. Takes ball one high. It's a fastball, so I'm seeing if Cole Lindquist here decides to go back to that slider. He's had some success with it. He's leaning a little bit more heavy on his breaking balls. Palomini pulls one foul. That looked off speed to me. See if Lindquist tries to pitch backwards here, going with the off speed and breaking balls first and finishing them off with the fastball. He tried that, but it resulted in ball one. Let's see if he goes back to it or sticks with the breaking stuff. It's another high fastball. I think he's trying to use Palomini's aggressiveness against him, but Palomini showing great restraint. Lay off that high cheese. That looks good on the eyes, but it's a tough pitch to square up, and now it's 2-2. Palomini swings at a pitch high, but fouls it off. Well out of play. Stays alive. Palomini will not go down without a fight. Here we go with the 2-2 count. And Palomini takes strike three. Lindquist grooved one, and Palomini couldn't pull the trigger.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 33, Thomas Martin.
So now with one out in the inning, Thomas Martin steps to the plate. Took a walk his first time up. See what his second at bat has in store. Martin takes ball one off the outside corner. It's ball two, and you look at Thomas Martin. He's also got 13 walks on the year coming into today, so now he has 14. With a 2-0 count, I'm sure he wouldn't want my number 15 here, load the bases. Now we're looking at a 3-0 count. Lindquist geared up for Palomini after a very tough at-bat. Lindquist ultimately won that battle. But the first two batters, he struggled with command, and now with Martin, he's facing a 3-0 count. Now 3-1. After a fastball right down the middle. See if Lindquist sticks with the fastball to get back in this count. Push this to a full count. He does not. He now walks Martin. That's his third walk of the inning. Bases are loaded for the Dolphins with one out here in the bottom of the third. And if they're going to do some damage, now would be the time. As there's now a conference on the mounds, and there's been action in the St. Thomas Aquinas bullpen, and you wonder if Lindquist is indeed done for the day. It doesn't appear as if anybody's coming in at the moment. So this might be Cole Lindquist's show. Got a little conference here on the mound. I'm sure this is just about telling Lindquist to just throw strikes. Walking the bases loaded is It's a tough way to go about it. So now let's see if College of Staten Island can capitalize on all the free passes. Vincent Weigel steps to the plate. Struck out his last time. Left 2 runners on base. And let's see if he can avoid doing that this time around as he takes ball 1. Tell you what, though, in a situation like this, if you're Weigel, you really want to make sure Lindquist comes to you. He's the one that's got to come throw strikes. He's been facing command issues this entire inning, walking the bases loaded. He throws that one off the plate. So now we're looking at a 2-0 count. If you're Weigel, unless this one's right down Broadway, I think I'm taking it. Doesn't even matter because that pitch is inside. Now it's 3-0. And I think here if I'm Weigel, I'm taking 2. Can't get it all back with one swing down 6-1, but you got to keep that train moving. Just move the line inch by inch. Ooh, that's a borderline inside strike call. Looked like ball 4, but the umpire says no, no, no. It's a 3-1 count. Again, if I'm Weigel, I'm taking this one. Unless it's right down Broadway. Oh. And it was right down Broadway, and that is a really stroke of bad luck as Weigel rips one to the second base. He drops it and then doubles off. 4-6-3 double play. That is a very, very bad luck. Weigel ripped it. Can't really do much more than that. Positioning was absolutely perfect, and College of Staten Island strains the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back shortly. And we're back here. Scammerdella steps to the plate. CJ Cumbo was unable to deliver in his last at-bat. Takes ball low. Scammerdella puts it in play. Little dribbler to third. And the play is made out at first. Great way for Santarello to come back out. Get the first out of the inning. 2 pitches, 1 out.
The left fielder, number 51, Sean Lynch.
Sean Lynch up at the plate. Got on last at bat and he stole second base, which sparked this whole rally. And Lynch hits another dribbler to third base, and the play is made. 2 quick outs here for Santarello. It's exactly what the Dolphins needed.
The third baseman, number 24, Kyle DeCrest.
Kyle DeCrest steps in here. And he takes strike 1. And DeCrest, ooh, he hits a foul ball. That was close. Kind of the same thing with Palermo where it looks like it's fair, but that just got on the outside of the white chalk. And the Dolphins catch a break there because that certainly would have been extra bases with 2 outs. Instead, it's no 2 count with 2 outs. Santarello's 1 pitch away from going 1-2-3. As that's fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Santarello just attacking the hitters, letting his fielders do the work, keeping everybody involved. Santarello gets a sign, looks in, and deals. And that's ball 1. Fastball high and away. Santarello delivers. Ball 2. Tried to paint the corner with that slider, but to no avail. It's 2-2 here. You got him 0-2. You want to stick with it. So now that's ball 3. So Santarello gets a quick 0-2 lead, and now it's full. And you never want to walk anybody, but especially with 2 outs. So let's see if he can deliver this. That is fouled off DeCrease's foot, and on a cold day like this, I'm sure he's going to tell you that does not feel good. He's hobbling over there. But he's a baseball player. He's tough. He's going to step back in here. Crease fouls another one. This is a tough at-bat. Fouled a couple off. 3-2 count. Be a big boost for this Dolphins team if we go 1-2-3 here. It's another foul ball, and I think the Crease just swung at ball 4. And typically the longer an at-bat goes, the more it switches advantage in favor of the hitter because he's been seeing all these pitches. And that's pretty much what's happening here. DeCrease hits that a ton. And that is extra bases. DeCrease hits a towering double that falls just short of the fence in left center field. And you can kind of see that one coming because DeCrease has been right on it, and he's been crowding the plate, daring Santarello to throw something by him. And DeCrease hits that one a ton, and that did not miss being a home run by very much. 2-out double here for the Spartans, and in steps Ewing. Ewing puts one in play down to the bullpen of St. Thomas Aquinas, and that is a foul ball. That wind left to right, the wind just kept taking that one foul, foul, foul. And you wonder if there was no wind today, if that one would have had a chance to get down to fair territory. But with the wind today, it does not. We're looking at an 0-1 count here. Santarello looks in and deals and almost hits Ewing. Ewing able to avoid being hit by pitch, and it is a 1-1 count. Chris Ewing looking for his second hit of the ball game. So he takes another ball, looking at a 2-1 count. And if you're Santarello, you got to bear down here. You got 2 quick outs. You don't want to give the Spartans any type of hope here. So now we're looking at a 3-1 count to Ewing. It's been a good game for Ewing. 1-for-1 with a walk, RBI, and a run scored. Let's see what he does in his third at-bat. 3-1 count. Ewing. Oh, hits a lazy fly ball to center, but it's an error, unfortunately. Paulamini falls down on a routine ground ball, and that will drop.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
St. Thomas Aquinas gets on the board once again. That is 7-1. See how that's scored out there, falling down. That might be an RBI single. That's unfortunate. That would have ended the inning, but unfortunately it keeps going. And that pitch gets away from Keogh, and now we're looking at Hewing on second base. So, again, man on second, 2 outs. See if Santarello can deliver here. Got DiGiaro up. Delivered a couple RBIs in his last at-bat. Looking at a 2-0 count here. Santarello blows a fastball right by him, 2-1 count, and that Hewing hit to center field was ruled a single with Palomini falling down. So that's another RBI, another base hit for Hewing, who's putting together a very good afternoon here today. Santarello looks in, checks with the umpire, and that is ball 3. So we're looking at a 3-1 count. Man on second, 2 outs, 1 run already in this inning. 7-1. St. Thomas Aquinas putting an early charge into this one on a Sunday afternoon of this Game 1 doubleheader. DiGiaro fouls off. It's now a full count. Santarello looks in. And he gets him swinging. DiGiaro set down. Only 1 run scored here in this top of the 4th. And when we come back in the bottom of the 4th, your Dolphins will be looking to cut into this lead. Don't go anywhere. And we're back here in Staten Island as the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans have jumped out to a 7-1 lead. And we're in the bottom of the 4th here. Anthony Cetera looking to try to get aboard as Cole Lindquist. He escaped a lot of trouble last inning. It was bases loaded, 1 out. And Weigel had an absolute seed to second base, but unfortunately it was right at a well-positioned fielder for a double play to end the inning. No damage. Cetera takes ball 2. Lindquist flirting at just over 70 pitches now. So you wonder if this is indeed his last inning or he gets one more. As Cetera looking at a 3-1 count right now. The Dolphins sure would love another leadoff walk. Lindquist already out to 4 walks this afternoon. Let's see if he makes it 5 right here. And he does. Anthony Cetera gets the leadoff walk, and for another inning, the Dolphins have the leadoff man on via the walk.
The right fielder, number 3, Michael Palermo.
Michael Palermo steps to the plate. The left-handed hitter struck out his last at-bat. But let's see if he can exact a little revenge. As he takes ball 1. Palermo swings through strike 1, unable to connect. Obviously, there's no swing to cut a 7-1 lead in one shot, but the situation, you want to chip away, and he does just that. Mikey Palermo sends one up the middle, and we got action here for the College of Staten Island Dolphins. Men on first and third, nobody out. And let's see if this rally can stick this time around.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, Nico Rodriguez.
Nico Rodriguez up to the plate here, looking for his first hit of the day. And because of Cetera's great base running on Palermo's single up the middle, he read that perfectly, made that turn for third. Now we got a runner 90 feet away for College of Staten Island to get another run on the board. This could have the makings of a big inning here. Rodriguez skies one. That looks like that's going to be caught by the second baseman, CJ Cumbo. And it ultimately is for out number 1. But the good news is
The catcher,
the Dolphins flip the lineup once more.
Michael Kehoe.
And Michael Kehoe steps to the plate. Struck out in his last appearance. This is a big situation for the leadoff hitter. Could really use a base hit to get that run in as he avoids ball 1. Kehoe takes ball 2. Lindquist's pitch count is steadily rising. He's about to throw pitch number 85 here, and you just wonder, as he throws ball 2, how much more leeway he has. We might be seeing a case here, if he does not retire Kehoe, that St. Thomas Aquinas might be looking for a pitching change. As that is ball 4 for the second straight inning. The Dolphins have bases loaded with 1 out. Now we have Brian Burkhead to the plate as the Spartans call a conference, and you just wonder if this is the end of the road for Cole Lindquist.
The left fielder, number 23, Brian Burkhead.
Certainly looks like St. Thomas Aquinas will go with a pitching change. Even though Lindquist is out, he's responsible for all 3 runners on base right now. After 3 1/3, he allows 3 hits, walks 6, strikes out 5, and for the moment only allowed 1 earned run, but that could change in a jiff here depending on what happens over these next few minutes. We'll be back shortly as we learn about the new pitcher for St. Thomas Aquinas. So Holt G replaces Cole Lindquist in an absolute mess.
Anthony Holtzy.
Anthony Holt G now has the ball as he's finishing up some warm-up pitches, but quickly, the freshman has only gone 6 1/3 this year. He's allowed 9 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks. Does have 8 strikeouts, though. So in a situation like this, you're coming in on a cold day. You definitely want to try to get this first out here to limit the damage. And with the Spartans clinging to a 7-1 lead, you're okay with allowing 1 run here. Obviously, you don't want it to spiral, but it's not the worst thing in the world for the Spartans to surrender 1. Just want to put the ball in play, make sure you throw strikes. But if you're the College of Staten Island, this is certainly the opportunity you've been looking for. You had a stroke of bad luck last inning when you had the bases loaded with 1 out. Now let's see if they can capitalize here. Brian Burkhead steps to the plate. Walked in his last at-bat. Let's see what he's got for his third one. Holtzy's first pitch is low and away. That's ball 1. And I think there's an advantage here for College Staten Island. You got a pitcher on a day where it's tough to throw, like I've been saying, and you're coming in cold. It's tough to find the zone sometimes. And I think this is where the Dolphins, if they stay patient, can capitalize on a situation like this. Because if they end up scoring 3, maybe even 4 runs, now we have a ball game heading in with a lot of time to go. It's Brian Burkhead, 2-0 count. Let's see if he takes here. And he does. On the outside corner, it is strike 1. It's a borderline call that went in favor of Anthony Holtzy of the Spartans. Holtzy looks in for the sign. He kicks and deals. Fastball off the plate. It's a 3-1 count, and I think the Dolphins would prefer Burkhead to be take all the way here. Looks like Holtzy is leaning for that fastball. Might not be able to get a grip on his off-speed stuff given the weather at the moment. Holtzy delivers an inside fastball for strike 2. Now this is the money pitch. We got a full count. Bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded. 1 out. High leverage situation. Let's see if College of Staten Island can capitalize. And they do. Ball 4. Brian Burkhead walks another walk. And the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans walk in the run. It's been a barrage of free passes so far this inning. And that run will actually get charged to Cole Lindquist, who is still responsible for the runners on 2nd and 3rd. And we got A.J. Vigliotti stepping into the plate. Kid's looking to hit the ball hard somewhere. Takes ball 1. We got a car alarm going off. Hopefully that's not mine. As Anthony Holtzy looks in for the sign, kicks and deals. Vigliotti gets under it. That one skied a mile high, looking in right field. The play is made, and here we go. We got tagging up. And Michael Palermo scores on the sacrifice fly from A.J. Vigliotti. It's now 7-3. College of Staten Island getting some runners in here. Cutting this deficit, chipping away brick by brick. And Chris Polomini has had a tough afternoon so far. 2 strikeouts, but it doesn't matter what you do your last at-bat, only what you do this at-bat, and he certainly has an opportunity to cut this deficit even more so. A little bit of meat on the bone there. Men on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. The number 4 hitter steps to the plate. And again, that right side of the infield is wide open. Polomini takes ball 1. He's had some tough at-bats. Let's see if he can get off the schneid here. A base hit here certainly makes this game very interesting. We got a long way to go, and it's 7-3, and College Staten Island's still in business right here. Polemy rips one to third, but unfortunately, DeCrease is there to make the out himself, and that will do it for the College Staten Island. Not all is lost, though. They pick up a couple runs, and it's 7-3 after 4 innings. We'll be heading to the top of the 5th with St. Thomas Aquinas on deck here. Be back momentarily. And we're back here in the top of the 5th. Michael Santorello.
The designated hitter, number 50, Tyler.
Still in the game here. And there's some action, little double barrel action in the College of Staten Island bullpen. So we're going to see how long the leash is here for number 4 of the Staten Island Dolphins. One pitch, one out for the College of Staten Island. That's exactly the way you drew it up, as Haight grounds out to third base. And like the last inning, Santorello is able to get a very quick out.
Billy Minette.
Took him 2 pitches to get the first out in last inning. Now it only took him 1 pitch. Now you have Minette step to the plate. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Just blowing straight cheddar by Minette. Santorello not messing around. He's got Minette on the ropes. 0-2. Punches him out. Truman Show. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Santorello says goodbye to Mr. Minette.
Number 21, David Potenza.
Just like the last inning, 2 quick outs here, and David Potenza steps up to the dish. Santorello needs a quick 1-2-3 inning, and he's 1 out away. And Santorello starts him with a ball high. Really love the comeback from Santorello this inning. It's very easy to come undone after you get a quick inning. Then you allow a run on something that probably should have been a quick out, but it didn't face him. He's coming back here, going right after the hitters. We got a 1-1 count here. Now a 2-1 count. So Santorello, much like last inning, looking to avoid that this inning, getting the first 2 guys with quick outs and then allowing that base runner. So let's see if he can dial in. And that ball is hit a ton. Drifting back is left fielder Burkhead, and he makes the play. Battling the sun. That is a quick 1-2-3 inning. Exactly what the College of Staten Island needed after scoring a couple of runs. We'll be back here in the bottom of the frame when the Dolphins look to cut into that lead just a bit more. Don't go anywhere. And we're back here in the bottom of the frame.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 33, Thomas Martin.
Thomas Martin steps to the plate, and he's got 2 walks today. He's been the king of the free pass. Anthony Holtze still pitching for St. Thomas after relieving Cole Lindquist last inning. He starts him off with ball 1. There we go. Martin puts it in play. Soft ground ball to short, and the play is made. That is out number 1.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 9, Vincent Weigel.
Vincent Weigel, the recipient of some bad luck this afternoon, looks to make amends. And while we have a moment, let's recap the line for Cole Lindquist. As Weigel gets his first hit, and he's looking to make the turn, and he's going to second. And the throw is not in time. Weigel says, "You're not doing it to me again. I got myself a double." Great piece of hitting by Weigel. Looked aggressive on the turn. And that's just what the Dolphins were looking for. It's got to feel good for Weigel after just really getting hosed on his last at-bat. And he says, not again. Final line on Cole Lindquist, 3 1/3, 3 hits, 3 earned, 6 walks, 5 Ks. As Cetera steps to the plate. But this is what I'm saying before. The College of Staten Island was able to grab a couple runs last inning. Now it's 7-3. You look up, that's not a big lead. Now you got a man on second. You chip in 1 or 2 more, and there's a big opportunity with the second half of the game left to catch up and cut into this deficit even more. Cetera takes ball 1. And he takes ball 2. Quickly ahead, 2-0. Anthony Holtze struggling to find the command here in this bottom of the 5th. So let's see if CSI can capitalize on the situation. And it looks like Cetera very shortly foul tipped that one. We're looking at a 2-1 count. So the thing is, for the Dolphins, even though they're 11-14 on the season, they're 3rd in ECC play at 6-4. So these wins are really going to go a long way for them to continue to climb the standings board of the East Coast Conference. Especially with the doubleheader. They've split so far the first 2 games of this 4-game series. So if they could come back and win this one, with a chance to take the series 3-1, that would really bode well for them. Cetera fouls that one away. Looking at a 2-2 count. See if Holtze sticks with the smoke here. Looks more like a breaking ball as that's fouled away. Cetera will not go down without a fight. Tell you, on a day like this, I'd hate to be the person that's chasing foul balls around the parking lot. By my count, that's 567 foul balls through the first almost 5 innings. Holtze looks in on the 2-2. Checks second, kicks and deals. Gets Cetera swinging with that high cheddar bomb. That's a big second out, by the way. Holtze able to rear back when he needs that heater and blows it right past Cetera.
Number 3, Michael Palermo.
Michael Palermo delivered his last time up, and, Weigel wants to get in. He's looking to come home. That little ducky's coming to look in off the pond, so Palermo needs another base hit up the middle as he had his last time up. Let's see if Holtsche's got another fastball for him, and he does. Starts him off with a strike. 0-1 here. Holtze disengages. Watching MLB games versus college nowadays with these disengagements and all these rules is mind-boggling. As Holtze delivers ball one. When you watch MLB in college back and forth, you're seeing like different rule changes. Sometimes it gets confusing. How many times you could step off the rubber? Palermo fouls that one back. That's heading towards the softball field. Counts quickly 1-2. And Palermo, if he can slap one through the shortstop position with the shortstop holding Weigel on at second base, there's a lot of room out there. And a ground ball through that hole would definitely score Weigel and make this a 7-4 game. And he pushes it out to left field, but that's going foul. Palermo hanging tough here in this at-bat. As Weigel stops to tie his shoe on second base. He's ready to go. See if Holtze goes back to the up and in fastball here. Holtze looks in, kicks, and deals. And Palermo, what do you know? He fouls another one off. I don't know who Staten Island's got retrieving these foul balls, but whoever it is, they're definitely getting a workout in today. They're getting their steps in. One, two. Holtze looks in. And Palermo fouls off another one. This one stays on the field, though. Looks like the wind's changed directions a little bit. Earlier today it was blowing from left to right, but now it looks like it's blowing a little bit more in. So if anybody wants to hit one over the fence, it's going to take a lot of power to do so. You know, if somebody hits a home run today, it's not a cheapie. They earned it. We're dealing with a nice breeze heading in. Palermo 2-2. Oh, and that hits him on the inside of his left knee. And Palermo's still down. Just hope he's okay here. Hopefully it's nothing more than him getting the wind knocked out of him. As a small crowd begins to form over Palermo. Medical trainer is out. You hope Palermo's okay because that is he took a rocket fastball off the inside of his left knee, and especially on a cold day like this, that is not pleasant. And Palermo's up to his feet. The crowd gives him a round of applause. Hobbling off a little bit. And it looks like he's going to tough it out and stay in this game as he heads down to first. With a little bit of a limp. Palermo a little shaken up, but it's good to see that he's okay and he's hanging in this ball game.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Nico Rodriguez.
Rodriguez steps in with 2 outs in the bottom of this 5th. Men on first and second. Real opportunity to do some damage. And second baseman playing behind second base. There is a wide open hole again through that second base hole. So let's see if he can deliver. It's Rodriguez takes strike 1. Not much action going on in the St. Thomas Aquinas bullpen. It looks like this could be Holtzy's show for at least the rest of this inning. Holtzy delivers ball 1 low. Like, this is the moment here. College Staten Island down only 4 runs. It's the bottom of the 5th. You have an opportunity with 2 men on. This is where you got to get at least 1 more in. So then you're looking at 7-4 for the second half of this ball game. Now let's see if they can deliver here. Good AB from Rodriguez so far. Takes ball 2 off the plate. Holtzy gets his sign. Kicks, deals. Not quite there. That's ball 3. Rodriguez working a very nice count. And let me tell you something. If Rodriguez draws the walk here and it's another bases loaded situation for the Dolphins for the 3rd straight inning, then I think this is going to be a really, really tough decision for the Spartans to make in terms if they leave Holtzy in or not. That decision will be delayed for a brief moment as Holtzy delivers strike 2. Full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, 2 men on in a 7-3 ball game. The 9-hole Rodriguez has a chance to get on base here and flip the lineup once more. It's a big moment in this game. Holtzy steps off. Needs to gather himself. It's a high leverage situation. We've had several of these in the early part of the game, and this could ultimately determine who walks away a winner in game 1 here today. These moments that are earlier in the game have a huge impact. And Rodriguez puts it in play, pops it up to first base, and the play is made by DiGiaro, and the threat is ended. College of Staten Island unable to drive in the runners on base. That's it for inning number 5 as we head to the top of the 6th momentarily. Don't go anywhere.
CJ Combo.
And we're back here in Staten Island, New York, where the Spartans have a 7-3 lead over the Dolphins. And the Spartans keep making big pitches to limit the damage for the Dolphins. And it's their turn at bat here in the top of the sixth, as we have a new pitcher for College Staten Island, Aiden Keelty. Only one inning of work on the year, as he'll face the top of this lineup again. For St. Thomas Aquinas, it's CJ Combo, 1 for 3 on the day, with a strikeout, a run scored, and 2 left on base. One count here. Keelty, not much work, like I said, only 1 inning this year, allowed 2 earned runs and 3 hits. So with the limited workload, I wonder how he's going to attack these hitters, because this is the bread and butter of St. Thomas's lineup as he falls behind. Santarello was very good in his relief of Christian Rice. 2 1/3, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and he really kept the Dolphins in this game. Now it's important for Keelty to do the same thing. As he delivers a strike, it's now a full count on CJ Combo. Be big to avoid a leadoff walk. And unfortunately, he cannot. Combo works that leadoff walk, and that is always big for a team to get their leadoff guy on, as we have a lot of action in the bullpen. For the Dolphins, it's number 20, Jaden Zayas. So you wonder what kind of rope Keelty has. So he's facing a couple right-handed hitters off the bat. It's a dominant right-handed team for St. Thomas Aquinas, so I don't know how much the matchup's going to play here. As Scamardella steps in for his 3rd time, fouls that one away. Scamardella 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Did score a run, but left one on base. Keelty has him up 0-1 as he attempts a pickoff here on Combo, but nothing doing. CJ Combo drawing a little bit of attention over there, as that's 2 straight pickoffs. As a result, Keelty delivers ball 1 high, and that's also the problem with delivering a leadoff walk, because a lot of pitchers are always focused on the base runner, and the pickoffs take away their attention, as another one's here. And they almost got Combo. He got back, but it was not by much. Combo does have 7 steals on the year and 9 attempts. So you know he's looking to run, as he's taking a big lead. As that's popped up by Scamardella. Can a play be made? It cannot. As that ball gets just out of play, and it looks like Cetera ran hard into the tarp, and we hope he's okay. Just lost his sight a little bit and tripped into the tarp as he was making a play for that foul ball, and we're getting medical attention over for Cetera by the St. Thomas Aquinas bullpen. We're hoping he's okay. This is not what you want to see. Second time in a couple innings where a Dolphin has been banged up, and you just hope that it's not serious at all. Just get the wind knocked out of him. Don't want to speculate, so let's wait for an official word, and we'll be back momentarily. And we're back in play here as Cetera is up to his feet. Seems to be okay. But it does not look like he will be returning to this game. Obviously, that is not the priority. Looks to be a little shaken up, but he's walking back to the dugout. It remains to be seen who will now take over at second base as the crowd gives an applaud to Cetera as he walks back to the dugout with the medical trainer.
Now playing second base for the Dolphins, number 1, Jaden Waterman.
And with Cetera out now, Jaden Waterman will step in at second base, seeing his first action today, a junior from Cologne, New York. And after all is said and done, Scammerdella is still at the plate with C.J. Cumbo on first. It's a 1-2 count. But after the extensive delay, Keelty will get a couple warm-up tosses from the umpire. Got a little action brewing in the Spartans bullpen with John DeZago. Keelty leans in for the 1-2. And he strikes out Scammerdella. That's a big first out. Got a tough hitter, reared back with the fastball, painted on the outside corner.
Number 51, Sean Lynch.
And now he's got to deal with Sean Lynch, who's been a nightmare today. 1 for 2 with 2 earned runs, and 2 runs scored, and he did steal a base. But Keelty is very much involved with Cumbo on first base. Cumbo is causing a lot of uproar over there, and you wonder if a hit and run might be on at some point in this AB. The Dolphins' pitching and defense has done a really good job thus far limiting the production for the Spartans over the last few innings. So you wonder if the Spartans are going to try and do something a little bit different to generate more runs, as Cumbo gets a lead here off first base, keeps building, and Lynch puts a charge into one. Going back is Palomini. He makes the play for out number 2. And after a leadoff walk, 2 outs for Keelty as Decrease steps into the plate.
Number 24, Kyle DeCrest.
And Kyle DeCrest hit a ball a mile that just missed being a home run last time. With 2 outs and 1 on, let's see what he does here as he takes ball 1. Kyle DeCrest came into today batting .277 with a very respectable .390 OPS. Still looking for his first home run. And as I said, with the wind blowing in, now it's kind of blowing a little bit more left to right. For him to put one over the wall, it's going to require a lot of strength. But this kid looks like he's got it in bulk. The pitch. Ball's hit right up the middle. Waterman makes the play himself, and the Dolphins are out of Dutch, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th. shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back here in the bottom of the sixth in Staten Island, New York, where the top of the lineup for the Dolphins has once again resurfaced. We have a new pitcher for St. Thomas Aquinas. It's sophomore John DeZago. 9 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs on the year with 11 walks and 8 strikeouts. Not much work for DeZago thus far. So we'll see what he does here as he delivers ball 1 to Kehoe. Just see how he reared back and just delivered strike 1. Putting some power behind those pitches. As DeZago rears back, delivers a dirt ball for ball 2. Looking at a 3-1 count. DeZago gets back in the count with strike 2. Now we're looking at a full count here on Kehoe. Little dribbler to third base here over DeCrest. Tough time getting the handle, and Kehoe beats it out. That's ultimately ruled an error.
The left fielder, number 23.
DeCrest having tough time today at third base, fielding some of these awkwardly hopping ground balls. But that's why you put the ball in play and things happen. Yet again, the Dolphins have the leadoff runner on. So let's see if Burkhead can continue his torrid pace of getting on base. 2 walks this afternoon. DeZago leans in. Burkhead fouls one back. That hit something because there was a lot of rumbling going on back there. Hopefully whoever is shagging these foul balls has their track shoes on because I'm sure they did a lot of running today. As DeZago tries to pick off first base Kehoe. To no avail. Burkhead checks his swing, says the umpire. Now 2-1. You got to think, the Dolphins have had a lot of opportunities today. So you just wonder, at what point do they break through? They have 9 runners left on base, and it's a 4-run deficit. Still in the bottom of the 6th, a lot of time to come back here. 4 runs is not a lot. You get a couple base runners, 1 big hit, and bada beep, bada boop, you're right back in the game. So let's see if Burkhead can deliver as he takes ball 3. I'd imagine here with the command issues here for DeZago, if Burkhead has got to get a absolute shot down Broadway, and he does not. That's ball 4. It's another walk. And for the third straight inning, CSI is getting a lot of action on early to lead off these innings. They got to capitalize here. There's nothing more to say. It's first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, and John DeZago has already found himself in some hot water coming in for his first inning of work. Now we're seeing a little issue here with the catcher. Not sure if something's in his eye or communication issues. But either way, the big dog's up. A.J. Vigliotti looking to hit it hard somewhere. 2 men on. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. Vigliotti 1 for 1 with a walk today. And he takes ball 1. I mean, when Vigliotti steps in, it just looks like he's ready to put the ball 500 feet over the fence. He's already got 2 RBIs today. So he takes ball 2. And DeZago struggling to put the ball between the white lines here. Gets a sign, 2-0. Vigliotti takes ball 3. I'd be surprised St. Thomas's coaching staff doesn't come out for a brief mound visit if he ends up walking Vigliotti here on this 3-0 count. And he indeed does. DeZago comes in, walks the bases loaded with nobody out, and here comes that mound visit for St. Thomas Aquinas, and it looks like we could be seeing a pitching change here for the Spartans.
The center fielder, number 14, Chris Polamini.
And we indeed are getting that pitching change. Jeremiah Vega, welcome to the show, kid. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And you got a Chris Polamini kid who is ready to do some damage. 0 for 3 today. But you got to think if Polamini's going to step up, here's where it's going to be. You know Polamini's angry. He's ready to go. Leading the Dolphins in most categories offensively. We're going to step away here briefly. We'll be back for Polamini's at-bat. Don't go anywhere. Sophomore Jeremiah Vega coming in to try and clean up an absolute mess that John DeZago left him. And it is not easy. Bases loaded, nobody out with the best Dolphin hitter on the team at the plate. 0 for 3 is Chris Palomini, and you know he is ready to do some damage. Vega out of the windup. Delivers strike one. Gets ahead in the count. That's big. Vega's thrown 14 innings, allowed 9 hits, 8 earned runs, walked 7, and struck out 12 so far on the young season. Vega working, looking in. And Palomini absolutely rips one down the left field line, and it's foul. Ooh, that is foul. And that looked like it was going to be close, but unfortunately not, as Palomini is down 0-2 right now. And you just got to put the ball to the outfield and try to get a tag up here. Palomini takes ball 1. So 1-2 count. Vega deals. Palomini fouls it off. And we'll say this, though. There is not a lot of room between the field and the parking lot. So, again, it makes more sense to park way up as the pitch comes in and Palomini gets hit. But you know what? That scores a run for the Dolphins. Hello. Welcome to the show. Chris Palomini on base. He gets the RBI, and it's 7-4. CSI is in business. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th. 7-4. Nobody out. And here comes Thomas Martin with 2 walks today. He's looking for his first hit. And a base hit in the gap might tie this thing up. I know Palomini's not really a fan of getting hit today, nor is anybody else, but when you get an RBI with it, I'm sure it feels a lot better. Jeremiah Vega out of the windup in an absolute mess. He deals to Martin, and that one almost hit Martin. It's a 1-0 count, and if you're CSI, unless you get an absolute piece right down the middle, I think this might be a take approach here. And there goes Martin ripping one to center field, and it drops. Center fielder misplays it. Here comes 1 run. Second run rounding. And we have an RBI double. 2 runs have scored for Thomas Martin. Here comes CSI. 7-6 ball game. Man on second and third, nobody out. The big inning has arrived.
Vincent Weigel.
Vincent Weigel. Double last time up, but did not come around to score. But you know what? This kid had an RBI situation earlier today and was unfortunate with a double play. He's looking to exact revenge here as the corners are in for the Spartans. Weigel hits that one foul a ton. 7-6. College of Staten Island, a lot of momentum brewing as Vega is in one kind of mess. And Weigel had a duck because he almost got beamed in the helmet, but he avoids it. Currently now 1-1. If you're CSI, you want more. It's like that Adam Driver from Star Wars meme, more. I think it was from Star Wars. Pretty sure. So we're looking at a 1-2 count from Weigel. Really anything to the right side of the infield. Looks like it's going to score a run again and tie this game. This is a big at-bat. You want to put the ball in play here. As Weigel does, here comes the run. And the throw is wild. And here comes another run. And CSI takes the lead, 8-7. Weigel hit a routine ground ball to the shortstop. Hewing was unable to field that cleanly and make an accurate throw. So Weigel is safe at first, and 2 runs have scored. It is now 8-7. CSI has come all the way back from 7-1 and now lead. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, and Weigel standing on first base. And Jaden Waterman, who replaced Terra, taking his first at-bat, gets a base hit. Welcome to the party, young man. First and second, nobody out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3, Michael Palermo.
Palermo steps into the plate here, 1 for 2 on the day. Does have a strikeout. First and second, though, you know this is a big inning for College Staten Island. They want to keep adding on here as Palermo fakes the bunt but takes strike 1. St. Thomas Aquinas is playing with the corners in and pinching somewhat the middle infielders. There's a lot of room up the middle for Palermo to do what he did earlier this afternoon. Fakes the bunt, takes ball 1. There's a lot of room if Palermo can bloop one down the line. Vega now from the stretch, kicks and deals. Palermo gets that bunt down. He does his job as the runners move over to second and third. That's the first out of the inning, if you can believe it. As Palermo's a little shaken up after running down from first base.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, Nico Rodriguez.
Not exactly sure what happened with Palermo, but he's walking gingerly back to the dugout as Nico Rodriguez steps to the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 left on base. Second and third, you want to get these ducks in off the pond. Nico Rodriguez got to hit it hard somewhere as Vega delivers ball 1. What an inning for St. Thomas Aquinas. They've given up 5 runs so far. College Staten Island really taking advantage as Rodriguez hits that foul. Vega came in for an absolute mess. This is a tough situation for any pitcher, and an errant throw has extended this inning and allowed a couple runs to score. And Vega comes in here. Rodriguez puts the ball in play. The play's coming home from Hewing. And it is indeed made. Runner thrown out at home, trying to score on a short ground ball. It's now first and third. 2 outs. 8-7 Staten Island.
Now batting, the catcher, number 8, Michael Kehoe.
We've batted around here. Michael Kehoe at the top of the lineup. Kehoe fouls it off. See if Vega can get out of this nightmare inning. 5 runs for the Dolphins, and they're looking for more with the top of the lineup up. That's what we've been talking about today. CSI just chipping away. You have that big inning. It indeed comes in the bottom of the 6th as Kehoe watches a ball go by. That's the thing about this game. You don't have to get it all back with one swing. Just keep moving the line as CSI has done. You put the ball in play, and you hustle everything out, and good things can happen. As Kehoe delivers it, right center gap. Is that going to get down? It will not. The play is made by Scamardella, and that will do it. A 5-run bottom of the 6th, and your CSI Dolphins now lead as we go to the top of the 7. We'll be back. Chris Hewing steps up to the plate as we see a new pitcher for CSI, Alex Martinez. 9 2/3 this year, 11 earned runs, 8 strikeouts to 7 walks. This is his 10th appearance, and Hewing was a key part of that inning being extended in the bottom of the 6th as his error led to 2 more runs for the Dolphins. So you know he's looking to make up for that as he's seeing a 1-1 count. Martinez gets a sign. Deals. Throws a little slide piece in there for strike 2. So I think if I'm Martinez, I'm going back to that slider, low and away, get him to chase over the top of it. Let's see what he does here. As that's fouled away into the parking lot. Hopefully that didn't hit any cars. Martinez kicks, deals. Oh, that looked like a paint piece, but just off the corner, says the umpire. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That was a really good pitch. If you're going to miss with 2 strikes, that's where you miss. As Martinez looks in, little blooper for Hewing to right field. No problem, says Mike Palermo. First out retired, and that's always nice to have the first out.
First baseman, number 5, Gregory DeJaro.
Gregory DeJaro steps to the plate. 0 for 2 today, but he does have 2 RBIs, strikeout, and a man left on base. So let's see what Martinez starts him off as. Nearly hit him. That's ball 1. That ball is ripped foul. And we're out to a 1-1 count. Strike two on DiGiaro. Martinez not playing around, folks. He's coming to pump the zone. You do love to see it. Martinez looking for that put-away pitch. What's he got? An absolute seed off the bat of DiGiaro, but that is an out to Burkhead over and left. That's two quick outs for Martinez.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 50, Tyler Haight.
Martinez deals a first pitch strike to Haight. It's off the plate. And this is that situation I was talking about earlier. When you're in college of Staten Island and you score runs and you have the inning that you just had in the bottom of the sixth, it's huge to come out and throw up a goose the next inning. Don't give St. Thomas Aquinas any hope of coming back, even though it's only a one-run game. To get that goose in that next inning after you just had a barrage of runs is gigantic. Martinez has Haight looking all out of sorts in this at-bat. We're at 2-2 here. One strike away from a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top of the seventh. And that's fouled away from Haight. Martinez looking good this inning, but the Dolphins do have action in that bullpen, so you wonder if this is for the top of the eighth. It's going to be Antonio Gautreaux. But if Martinez keeps sitting down hitters like this, you wonder if he gets a little bit more of an extension. Ground ball rolled over to third base, and the play is made. 1, 2, 3 inning. We're going to the bottom of the seventh. College of Staten Island still leading 8-7. Don't go anywhere. Bottom of the seven coming right up. And we're back here, bottom of the seventh. Brian Burkhead is in the plate. Still seeing Nick Vega out there. And that's rip foul. That ball's ripped through the 3-4 hole, and that's a base hit. Another leadoff man on for CSI. Brian Burkhead having himself a day. 3 walks, now a base hit.
The first baseman, number 44, A.J. Vigliotti.
That's what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter, and here comes the big boy, A.J. Vigliotti, having himself an afternoon as well. 2 walks, base hit, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. See what kind of damage he can do here as he takes strike 1. Vigliotti fouls it away. It's quickly 0-2. Vigliotti, Truman Show. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Down on 3 pitches. That's a big first out for Vega.
The center fielder, number 14, Chris Polamini.
Chris Polamini back at the plate. War one in his last at bat with the bases loaded. That kind of got the whole thing started. Polamini lifts one sky high. Is anybody going to get there? And the answer is a resounding no. Polamini. That's just a strike. It's no one count here to Chris Polamini. Still looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. And there goes Burkhead. And he's gunned out. That was a great throw by Manette to get Burkhead trying to steal second base. And now the Dolphins are down to 1 more out in this inning. As Nick Vega is having a good bounce-back inning thus far. Polamini takes strike 2 on the corner. And it's a 1-2 count. Polamini takes low, and we have a full count here. So I'm curious to see if that was just a straight steal or that was supposed to be a hit and run. As Polamini walks, because it's curious, Burkhead could steal,
Now batting,
but with Polamini up,
number 33,
you kind of take the bat out of his hands, and
Martin.
instead this would be first and second, 1 out, but 2 outs, Polamini on first base, and we have Martin up who had a monster base hit last time. 2 RBIs on the day for Martin, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. He's been an on-base machine this afternoon. As Vega looks in, Martin lifts one sky high, but that looks like that will reach the seats. And it will. That's a souvenir for a lucky fan. Trying to remember the last time I had a souvenir at a baseball game like that. 0-2 count here. Martin pops it up again. Out of play. 0-2 count to Martin. Vega deals. Strike 3. That's a big bounce back inning for Vega after a catastrophic bottom of the 7th. for CSI. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the top of the 8th. The Dolphins still lead 8-7. Here we go in the top of the 8th. Dolphins cling to a 1-run lead as Martinez has earned the right to go back out there. A little bit of cavorting in the bullpen, but no action as Martinez delivers ball 1. Manette's 1 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. And with the bottom of the lineup here, it's important for CSI to have another quick inning because you'd prefer to have to deal with the top of the lineup next inning as Martinez is quickly ahead 1-2. Strike 3. A little hello, how you doing from Alex Martinez gets out number 1 as he faces the number 9 hitter, David Potenza.
The center fielder, number 21, David Potenza.
Potenza's 0 for 3 today. He did reach base on an error. And if Martinez can get him here and face Combo at the top of the lineup with 2 outs, that would certainly make life a lot easier. Martinez kicks, deals, ball 2. So far, I really like the way Martinez has come in today. He's been a steady arm out of the bullpen, pounding the strike zone, keeping everything in front of him. As Potenza fouls one off, now it's 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm sure CSI would like Martinez to be able to finish this inning strong. Sharp ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the play is made. Great pick over there by Vigliotti at first base. That was not an easy play, but he made that look easy. That's 2 quick outs.
The second baseman, number 2, CJ Combo.
Top of the lineup, CJ Combo, 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. And he takes ball 1. Interesting note here, the Florida Gators going into Mizzou this weekend. They lost the first 2 games, and Jack Caglione on Sundays has been money, and they are down 7-1. Cags getting beat up early. Mizzou is looking for the sweep at home against the Florida Gators, and that is very interesting. As Martinez deals the 1-1. Not many people, including myself, thought Florida was going to go into Mizzou and not only lose the series, but possibly get swept. Maybe lose one. Not looking good. So I'm sure D1 Baseball will be looking to drop the Florida Gators from their cushy top 5 spot by tonight. 2-2 count here. Martinez looking to go 1-2-3 inning. That's a weak ground ball to short. Combo hustling down, and the play is made. 1-2-3 inning for the Dolphins. Martinez coming in and getting the job done. Heading to the bottom of the 8th after this. CSI still hanging to an 8-7 lead. Don't go anywhere. Here we go. Bottom of the 8th. College of Staten Island playing a great game so far, but we're not out of the woods here as Weigel steps up and Jeremiah Vega still in this afternoon. He's really had to gut it out, but Vega, sharp inning last inning. Now let's see what he can do at the bottom of the 8th. Weigel, 1 for 4 with an RBI. He does have 4 left on base. And if you're CSI here, you'd love to get 1 or 2 more insurance runs, tack it on here, and then close the door shut in the top of the 9th and take game 1 in a great comeback win. And that's another ball. 2-1 for Vincent Weigel. And that's fouled away into the parking lot. Jeremiah Vega sets the 2-2. Weigel fouls that away. Tell you what, ball's finding a lot of the parking lot today. I mean, at least the guys go chasing them, staying warm, staying active. And Weigel rips one to right field. Back goes the right fielder. I don't know if he's going to have room. And that's a home run. Welcome to Tatertown, Vincent Weigel. There's your insurance run. Bottom of the 8th, Weigel leads it off with a home run. It's 9-7 CSI. I mentioned it a lot today. We're talking about this wind blowing from left to right, and that ball was carried by the wind up in the jet stream right into the right field wall. That's a big home run here. Oppo Taco for Weigel.
The second baseman, number 1, Jaden Waterman.
And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change here for St. Thomas Aquinas. Jeremiah Vega's services will no longer be required. We'll get you an update on the new pitcher shortly. Don't go anywhere. New pitcher is Tom O'Neill for the Spartans. Not much work this season for O'Neill. Only 1 inning. He's allowed 2 earned runs and 3 walks on just 1 hit. This is one kind of spot to come in here. Down 2. O'Neill's looking to stop the bleeding, and CSI, no outs, bottom of the 8th. O'Neill delivers a first pitch strike. Strike 2. O'Neill coming in off the bench and pounding the zone. Waterman works the count back to 2-2. Got to be honest, I wasn't sure if we were going to see a home run today, but he caught one right, Weigel did. As Waterman strikes out, O'Neill making his presence known already. First batter he faces, he sets down Jaden Waterman.
The right fielder, number 3, Michael Palermo.
Here comes Michael Palermo, 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Palermo was coming back to the dugout a little awkwardly his last time up as he hits a sharp ground ball to second base. Great play made, and the throw is in time. That was some play by Cumbo. Made a diving stop towards second base, got up and made a clean throw.
Now back. The shortstop, number 2, Nico Rodriguez.
Nico Rodriguez is up. No hits on the day, 0 for 4 with 2 left on base. If you're CSI, you'd love one more. If Rodriguez could get up and you got the top of the lineup one more time, maybe steal another run. And Rodriguez pokes one out to right field, and the play will be made. The side is retired in the bottom of the 8th. But Vincent Weigel tacks on one for the CSI Dolphins, and it's 9-7 as we head to the top of the 9th as they look to close the door. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here we go. Top of the ninth. Alex Martinez still on the mound. He has absolutely earned the right to be out there to try and close this one out for the save opportunity as he faces Scamardella to start the ninth inning. And he has a tough road to go with this Spartan lineup at the top of the order. Scamardella looking for his first hit on the day. 0 for 3 with a run scored and 2 strikeouts. St. Thomas Aquinas would really love to see Scamardella reach base today. And he certainly does. The first base hit of the day for Scamardella is through the 5-6 hole. It's a leadoff single. Don't go anywhere just yet. St. Thomas Aquinas has a lot to say about the result of this game. And there is some action brewing in the Dolphins bullpen. And Lynch fouls that one off. Lynch has had a strong day today. 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, and he stole a base. He's definitely been a catalyst for this St. Thomas Aquinas team. Hit and run was on, but Lynch fouled it off. It's a 1-2 count here. If he can get this first out, that would be a big one. And that one is ripped into left field. And St. Thomas Aquinas has got action. Back-to-back singles. Lynch roped that one into left. And now it looks like the Dolphins are going to make a change here. Martinez unable to finish off Lynch. And we're going to see a new pitcher, and we're going to talk a little bit more about him when we come back. But St. Thomas Aquinas has got action. This game is getting hot. Don't go anywhere.
Now pitching for the Dolphins, number 18, Antonio Gautreaux.
We're back here in a pressure cooker situation. The Dolphins have called to the bullpen, and it is Antonio Gautreau making his 8th appearance on the year. Has not allowed an earned run, knock wood. 9 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 7 walks, 8 Ks.
Kyle DeCrest.
And he'll be seeing Kyle DeCrest to start it off, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Very strong afternoon. And Gautreau would love a strikeout or a pop-up here for the first out. As Vigliotti creeps in to show the bunt. Ball 1. This is a tough situation for any reliever to come into. First and second, nobody out. And you know the hitter's trying to bunt it, even though it's a cleanup hitter. Looking to drop the bunt to get it over. And DeCrest squares, gets the bunt down foul. And so many times, at even the college or pro level, sometimes, bunting is not as easy as it looks. It's definitely one of the fundamentals of the game that has gone a bit overlooked over the years with the obsession with exit velo and launch angle and all that. But executing a late game bunt is tough. And there's a pickoff back over to second, and it gets away. Oh, no. And Kehoe grounds one into center field, and the runners both pick up 90 feet each, so now the bunt is rendered useless. I know Scammerdella had a big lead off second there, but Kehoe trying to pick him off from behind the plate is not exactly what they had in mind. If St. Thomas Aquinas was going to move their runners up, they had to earn it and give away an out. But now that they don't, that is not good for CSI. Gautreau needs to bear down here and get a strikeout on DeCrest. And he does not. That is lifted into right field. That's tailing away. And that is just foul. I'll tell you what, on a day with no wind, I don't think that gets out of play. I think that might be down for a hit. CSI fortunate there, as it's a 2-2 count on DeCrest. If I'm Gautreau, I think I'm going slider low and away to try to get him to punch out here. You need a strikeout. And that ball bounces away, but no damage as Kehoe is able to corral it before Scammerdella comes home. High leverage situation here. Men on second and third, nobody out, full count with DeCrest up. The 3-2 pitch is low. It's ball 4. Oh, no. Bases loaded. Nobody out. This is not the situation the Dolphins wanted to be in.
Number 3, Chris Ewing.
Chris Ewing steps to the plate, and you needed a fire extinguisher to put this guy out. 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. As he takes a big hack for strike 1. Ewing has driven in 2 runs today. He's also walked. This is where you need a strikeout or a pop-up. If somehow they can manage it, as we're going to get a pinch runner on first base, which is in fact the winning run for St. Thomas Aquinas. The tying run's on second. The winning run is on first base. There's no outs. It's a 1-1 count to Chris Ewing. As Gautreau spikes one, it's a 2-1 count. You got to make them earn it if you're CSI. Gautreau delivers. Ball 3. Now, I don't know. I think almost you got to just groove one. If he's got the nerve, maybe try to bend a slider over the plate. You'd think Hewing's taking all the way here unless he gets one down Broadway. That's another walk. CSI just walked in a run. It's 9-8. And this has been a disaster inning.
The first baseman, number 5, Gregory DeJaro.
Now it's DiGiaro up. Still nobody out in the inning. It's 9-8. The Dolphins need... Oh, no. And DiGiaro hits one all the way to deep left. It's caught by Burkhead, but that will score the tying run. And Lynch comes home, and we have a tie ball game at 9.
Number 50, Tyler Tate.
That was absolutely a product of the wind. That ball looked like it was gone all the way, but because of a ferocious left-to-right wind, that ball just died and gave Burkhead a shot to make the play at the wall. Otherwise, that thing is sailing 40 feet over the fence. And they're going to third. Now because of a wild pitch, 1st and 3rd. 1 out still. Gautreau really needs to make a pitch here. Try to roll 2 to end the inning and keep it where it is. Hate's 1 for 4 on the day. 2 RBIs. He's got an opportunity to grab the lead, as it is a steal of second base. The Spartans take second, which not only puts another run in scoring position, but eliminates the force out and double play opportunity. And now the Dolphins are going infield in. Everybody's on the edge of the grass here. As that's a wild pitch, and the Spartans score. This has been a nightmare inning for CSI. Antonio Gautreau having trouble finding the zone. We did mention 7 walks coming into today, only 9 2/3 innings. Steal a second, the runner falls down, and they're not even going to attempt to throw him out. Manette steps in, 1 for 4 in the day with 3 strikeouts. It's a 10-9 game. Spartans lead. There goes the runner again. And CSI is, the last 2 times, has just allowed the runner on first for St. Thomas Aquinas to just take second with no throw, which eliminates the double play, and it puts another runner in scoring position. And Gautreau's having a tough time finding the strike zone here. There is action in the bullpen. But at this point, We don't know what the situation is with the lead already vanquished. Gautreau leans in, kicks, steals, and that is a wild, wild ball four pitch as Manette earns an effortless walk, and here comes the mound visit.
Number 21, David Potenza.
Got to imagine that's it for Gautreau. Rough outing for him with the game on the line. And we'll learn all about the new pitcher for CSI when we come back. Don't go anywhere. And the new pitcher is Ryan Fury for the Dolphins, looking to come in with an absolute mess, making a sixth appearance of the year. He's allowed 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 hits, and struck out 3 over 5 innings this year. And he is dealing with an absolute mess here. It's bases loaded in the top of the 9th with only 1 out. And St. Thomas Aquinas has scored 3 runs already to take the lead, wrestling it away from the Dolphins. And Fury just got to work out of this jam and only limit the damage to a 1-run deficit coming into the bottom of the 9th. He will see Potenza at the plate, the 9-hitter. And Fury comes in and hits Potenza, and that will score another run. St. Thomas Aquinas putting it on the Dolphins in the top of the 9th.
CJ Combo.
It's now 11-9. The CSI pitching has just not been able to execute this half inning with the game on the line, and this is a brutal way to try and close it out. So hopefully the offense could come in the bottom of the 9th and walk it off, but they got to stop the bleeding here. As we see Combo at the top of the lineup, 1 for 4 today with a walk and a strikeout. Combo lifts one to center field, going back. Is Palomini making the play? But another run will score on the sacrifice fly. It's 12-9 St. Thomas Aquinas, and this is gut-wrenching for the Dolphins. Come all the way back from a 7-1 deficit to take the lead, score 9 unanswered runs, and the top of the 9th has just been a meltdown. 5 runs in the top of the 9th. And they're not out of it yet. It's 12-9. Top of the ninth. Men on second and third with 2 outs. Scamardella, who started this inning, is now up for the second time in this inning, back at the plate, seeing Ryan Fury. And he'll take a look at ball 2, Scamardella. And we've seen this today. There's been a few innings that it's just been a game of runs. Kind of like in basketball, you go on a little bit of a run and then the other team will answer back with a run of their own. It's kind of been like that because the bottom of the 6th, CSI had a 5-run 6th. And then here, so far, it's been a 5-run top of the 9th for the Spartans, with a couple other 3-run innings and a 2-run inning sprinkled in there. This has been a tough inning for CSI trying to close it out to get their 12th win of the year. They're going to need some miraculous comebacks for this game to go their way. It's now 2-2. Fury steps in, kicks, deals. It's ball 3. And I'll tell you what, the last thing you want to do is walk Scamardella to get to a red-hot Lynch, who's 2 for 4 on the day, with the stolen base and 3 runs scored. He's putting several barrels on balls today. Ball hit over the middle. Shortstop will get the out. And that will finally end the inning. It's a 5-run top of the 9th for St. Thomas Aquinas, who now leads 12-9. And unless the Dolphins score at least 3 runs, they will drop game 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Number 8, Michael Kehoe.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 9th where the College of Staten Island needs some heroics. Down 3, they'll see the top of the order against a new pitcher in Kyle Rogers, the freshman lefty closer with 6 saves on the year. 15 strikeouts through 13 innings, only 4 earned runs allowed and 6 walks, a 2.77 ERA with a .92 whip. This is their guy in these kind of situations. The save opportunity up 3. Let's see what Rodgers can do against the top of this Dolphins lineup. Just like that 6th inning with CSI, you need a couple base runners to get things started. Getting that first runner on is so key. So let's see if Kehoe can deliver as he takes ball 3. Rodgers fires in strike 2. 12 appearances for Rodgers. Pitched very well this year. And that's a little flare. That's a little flare from Kehoe. And the shortstop did not field that cleanly, or did he? That looks like it's clean. I think that's a base hit.
Now
see how that scored.
The left fielder, number 23, Brian Burkhead.
Kehoe got fisted in on the inside and blooped one to shortstop, but the ball got trapped. Shortstop had come a long way. Hewing came over from almost second base to try and make that play. He couldn't get there, but there's your leadoff runner. That's big. Kehoe now with his second hit of the day. 2 for 5 on the afternoon with 1 walk. And here comes Burkhead. Burkhead's had a great day. 1 for 2 with 3 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. Kehoe with a short lead off first. We're seeing a lefty-lefty matchup for the first time today. Burkhead takes a strike. 1-1 on the count. And Burkhead lifts one right over our booth and out of play. It's a 1-2 count here on Burkhead. You see if Rodgers goes with something that's got a little bit of spin to it. Try to get him swinging over the top of it, or ground ball double play it. Burkhead lifts it to left center. Left fielder looking to make a play, and he does. The new left fielder, Appel, puts out Burkhead. That was well struck, but with the wind now shifting from right to left, that ball just got caught up in the jet stream. The wind's blowing crazy right now. So it could be an adventure for the outfielders. As big bat A.J. Vigliotti steps up, and he hits a sharp ground ball to short. 6-4, not 3. Vigliotti is able to reach base safely as the double play is not executed. Dolphins down to their final out with Chris Palomini.
The center fielder, number 14, Chris Palomini.
Just think Vigliotti was a little too eager on that one. Just rolled over on a ground ball. Palomini would love his first base hit today. 0 for 3 with a walk. Struck out twice. This would be a big time for Palomini to get his first knock. He sees a 2-0 count. But even still, if Palomini can reach base, then you got Martin, who's had a great day, and then you got Weigel, who hit the game's only home run. Palomini watches ball 3 go by, and things are going to get interesting if he could reach base here with a walk. And he does. Ball 4. Hold the phone. Don't go anywhere. Now we got Martin coming up.
the designated hitter, number 33, Thomas Martin.
Thomas Martin, 1 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and 2 walks. He also has a great walk-up song, Like a G6. That was a hot song once upon a time. Still a throwback banger. Let's see if it brings him any luck as he takes strike 1. Same sort of deal with Martin. If he can just reach base and have Weigel come up, who has put a lot of barrels on today, then you never know. As Martin gets one out to right center field, is that going to fall? It will not. Catch made by Scamardella, and that will do it for Game 1. The Spartans drop the Dolphins 12-9. But that's not it for us today. We will be back with Game 2 in a little while. Don't forget to tune in. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for checking out Game 1. We'll be back shortly.